Thank you so much for the introduction. Hello, everyone. I think I can speak for both Dhara and I when I say that we are truly delighted to be here. The conversations so far have been both informative and inspirational. We hope to continue to contribute to the same. Our presentation, called Figuring It Out, represents the way we think and the way we work. It means to figure in both ways. One is to guess, think, and one is to diagram or draw. We had a lot of fun framing this presentation, and I think we went a little overboard and ended up writing all our thoughts in verse. So, to make this attempt bearable to your ears, I think I will hand over the presentation to Dhara, and we hope, if not anything else, this presentation does bring a smile to your faces.
We thought and thought, I kid you not, on what we'd like to say, about what we do and how we plot, or what truly carries us away. As we tippy-toe to find a stance that portrays how we work, our thought monsters continue their dance, and waiting to pounce, they lurk. They are truly uncaged in landscape's eidetic conduct, in its ability to engage, construe, and construct. So when we begin, the landscape for us is a location, almost always Cartesian. And as we catch up and delve in, it binds us through situation and association. It admits and installs connections and becomes an experiential database. And it gathers and interconnects sensations. And then location for us becomes place. Our reading of this place is not only about finding and exposing, but as we make the case, it's more about generating and expressing. As we reformulate what already exists, we also unfold potential to manipulate and create, and the mapping of landscape thus sits as an act to both observe and speculate. And as we extract observations and draw them on a field, we also plot new relations where new possibilities are revealed. The extracts bring to foreground the ephemeral, the vague, or the unseen. The eye is then bound, not by the dominant, but by the experience that's within. So our map or drawing then is a set that instigates, supports, and runs the way we think and interpret the performance that is yet to come. It is in itself an operational deduct, and although it has intel, it is more a mental construct. And this construct not only images the world that is around, but it also conditions and stages the reality to be found. Thus, we would say that eidetic imaging is central to how we operate, and we feel it is fundamental to ideate and create. It helps us ponder and functions to provoke or instigate, and allows our minds to wander and truly speculate. So, when in the map of a small lot, we isolated and drew only 2 trees, it was more of an unseen plot to unfold glittering canopies, where the sky was studded with yellow dots that came in and flooded our sleeping cots. And the morning poured in, cheerful and alive, with birds hovering and waving high fives. And the landscape was framed as a place to see, indulge in game, or just to be. Or when we drew with intent only 5 features of a valley truly meant for magical creatures, each feature became a drop-off or a time machine to launch and blast off into the world of dreams. The meadows were wild bush where friendly monsters stay. So be on the lookout, but stay shush, or you'll scare them away. And as you tread along to the forest that's afar, make sure to stay strong, because that's where the wild things are. And explore all the tunnels, slip, slide, and wade, and filter out through the funnels to reach the cascades. The cascades are a tsunami to surf and sail on, to conquer the mighty sea or fight up a storm. And if you tire yourself out and want to slump down, just change your route to the mounds on the ground. These mounds are places to pause, but also a portkey to the landscape that was and the landscape that will be. And what if we start to draw all of the plants that grow around with delight and with awe, like they are treasures to be found? And we put on our spy lenses to find places they hate or adore and engage all of our senses to know them a little more. Then will all of the cults continue to be rebels, or will they start charming us with their magic spells? And will it make us smile to see them in bloom? And will we admire their style as they dance to their tune? And will we participate to create a new choreography that lets them operate and also shows us what they can truly be? Where they can grow in bulk and scatter and spread, and they can be chirpy or even sulk, and sometimes just lay dead. So for all of their delightful traits that continue to amaze, can we make effort to create just a little bit of space? And do spaces for such creatures always have to be full of natural features and all outdoorsy? Can't a space that is highly built also be a portal, more of a put together quilt of different worlds that wobble, where different habitat patches can plug in and stick to create groups and matches, almost like a metapopulation dynamic? where birds can pause as they make their way home, and bees can cross to make a honeycomb, and all the different animals from next door Sundarvan can slide down through spirals to come in and have some fun. And then the studio begins to brag of several resources to share, but only when we pack our bags and are no more there. And sometimes while we are there, the studio is kind and decides to reveal a glimpse so rare of the magic that it hides. And moments like these help us ponder, dream of new realities, and let our minds wander. And then the joy of doing starts churning and churning into a potion brewing with the poetics of becoming. So while our process is simple, we map and speculate. We do make an effort to kindle some joy and celebrate. And although we are a small group, our maps differ a lot, but it's really fun to look at what each one has thought. And this process of drawing and making might seem very easy to do, but trust me, it takes a great deal of work and a lot of music and coffee too. And we continue being at it. We indulge in all of our ploys, not only because it tickles our wit, but more than anything, because it gives us immense joy.